Welcome back to the channel, all about life scaling. My name is Teddy, and today I'm going to be showing you one quick little recipe to use with alchemy to start making billions if you have the materials, just because the Harmony Draught price is dropping and it's not going to be profitable to go and make to sell on the central market. If you find this helpful, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more Black Desert content, be sure to subscribe, turn on all those notifications, and without wasting any more time, let's just jump into this, shall we? Now that the smoke has settled, the Harmony Draught prices have dropped. Trying to sell these can be a hit or miss if you can get any sold with just how many are listed. So to avoid all of this, here's one quick recipe to avoid all of the headache and having to wait to see if any of your Harmony Draughts will be sold or if you're going to have to relist it. This recipe is going to be the Elixir of Wind. This is a very easy elixir to make, only requiring 1 Wise Man blood, 5 Fortune Teller mushroom, 2 Powder of Darkness, and lastly 5 Pine Sap. Before you can make these, there are 2 things that you will have to keep in mind. 1, this will require a house to be able to place any alchemy tools down, and 2, this will require alchemy tools. Getting alchemy tools can be as easy as playing the Black Spirit Adventure, having them for login bonuses, and when certain events are going on, the Ancient Black Spirit Adventure. Not to mention, any of the repair tools can be obtained by taking any of the utensils to any of the NPCs listed down in the tooltips. This will apply for every single cooking, just like with the alchemy. Supreme cooking utensils can be given out during login bonuses and during events, so be sure to check your currencies. Maybe you might have some supremes or advances that you can exchange. As for the Land of the Morning Light tools, these can only be made using a Land of the Morning Light tool workshop. These will cost a lot more materials than the advance, but they do have more durability. Supreme will be better, but the availability is a lot harder and cannot be bought off the central market. And just remember to check out bdolytics.com to make sure your region is going to make you money, how much all the materials will cost, analytics on how much the materials will cost you to go out and gather yourself, crafting cost, profit, crafting time, and even the weight. As a life scaler, I do recommend using this for everything and anything life scaling. Now, as for getting the materials needed for making all of the wind elixirs, for those looking to manually gather pine sap, gathering out here around Trent has a massive amount of pine trees. Workers can be placed on the Marie Cave here for easy pine sap throughout the week, or pine sap can be bought off the central market too if you guys want to place a pre-order in and wait for anyone to sell you some. As for the Fortune Teller mushrooms, these can be found over here at Evaz Hill next to Velia. Workers can be placed over here so you can gather your Fortune Teller mushrooms throughout the week passively. Finding these can be a little bit trickier, which I suggest trying to find a map online, and they can also be farmed in fences too, just in case if you guys find one out there in the wild and you manage to get the seeds, or buy the seeds off the central market. Just as a helpful reminder, Fortune Teller mushrooms can also be bought from Brandio here in Caltheon City. These are cheaper than the central market, and they're more readily available. Last is going to be the Powder of Darkness. Placing workers on iron nodes like Coastal Cave over here next to Velia not only has iron ore, but it also has Powder of Darkness. Powder of Darkness can also be obtained by turning in the alchemy byproducts, and of course, all of these items can be bought off the central market too. The next item we're going to need is Wise Man's Blood. This will require 1 Monk's Branch. Monk's Branch can easily be found while out gathering manually, or workers do have a chance of gathering Monk's Branch when out lumbering. Next on the list is going to be the Trace of Nature. Trace of Nature can be found while out gathering, farming, or if you guys have workers going out there on the excavation nodes, you have the chance of getting the Archaeologist side. This will provide 1 Trace of Nature per sack, and can be obtained passively throughout the week. The Liana's Daily does provide some traces, not to mention if you guys are lucky enough to get a bonus quest while doing your alchemy, that also provides more of the traces. And depending on where you mob grind, you have a chance of collecting traces. This will also require clear liquid reagent. The last item needed to make the Wise Man's Blood is going to be Weasel Blood, Fox Blood, Monkey Blood, Raccoon, Scorpion, or the Marmot Blood. The cheaper of all of these is going to be the Weasel Blood, but check your region. Weasels and foxes can be found out in Belenos, while marmots can easily be found out in either Duvenkroon or Mountain of Eternal Winter region. Once you have all the materials, all you have to do is put them in and start making. One thing about alchemy is the more mastery that you have, the higher chances of getting any of those rare drops like those sturdy alchemy stones for a extra bonus 420 whatever mil over on your region. Not only do you get the rares, but you get other materials needed for higher end alchemy recipes, so it does help out if you have the higher mastery. Not only does mastery help, but keeping your alchemy time as low as possible will ensure you can make as many elixirs as you need as quickly as possible. Now, when it comes to the Elixir of Wind, these are required to make the potential draft, so people will go out of their way to try to buy them to make their potential drafts. I don't recommend making any of these drafts because the value has gone down, but making their prerequisite elixirs will make a lot more money when listed up on the central market. Again, be sure to check your region to make sure. And here's an idea of what the green grade Elixir of Wind can make when listed up on the central market. This will depend on how many you make and how many you list. Now, as for the blue grade Elixir of Flowing Wind, these will make a nice amount of money for having a lesser amount. So as for these being extra, it is worth listing them up too. Now, even though this is a good elixir to start making money with, there is one thing to keep in mind. Your region will heavily determine how much money you can make. So double check all of the materials just in case. You don't want to go all out of your way to make a bunch of these and then find out you're not going to make any type of money. If you enjoyed that and want to see more Black Desert content, be sure to check out the channel.